Hey, this is David with the Shepherd School, and this has got me starting to think that maybe I don't have a brown or black or white thumb, whatever. I've always said that I did not have a green thumb, but since these are doing pretty good indoors, I have decided to move outdoors. Alright, and what I've got here is just some cinder block outdoor raised beds. After all the money I spent last year, I didn't take into account shade and the dog. So I'm building these in the sunniest spot of my yard, even though this one on the far right will be a little bit shaded from the neighbor's tree there, but it will still get some morning sun. So I've got some herbal plants that are partial shade to go right there. All I've done is got that's 102 cinder blocks at $1.07 a piece, about $1.50 with tax. And I put them 11 in the long row with 2 in the center, and so that basically makes 10 foot by 2 foot interior grow bed. And so I can do the square foot gardening method. And so like with the one with tomatoes, I'll put them every foot, you know, down one side, and then I'll have peppers every foot coming down the other side, and we'll just see how that works. And all I've got so far is some cardboard in there to keep the weeds down and kind of keep moisture in. And in the back of the truck, I've got a yard of topsoil. That's not nowhere near going to be enough, so I gave up on buying truckload after truckload of dirt. So I just ordered them to bring in 5 cubic yards and just dump it. Try to get them to dump it on my raised beds, but they wouldn't leave the road. So okay, here's my dirt pile. I'm not totally done, but I'm done enough for you to get the gist of it. And so I'm going to come over here and show you my garden. Okay, I'll be done when I do all of them like I've got this one. Once I got it level, I put another load of dirt and then smoothed everything off and filled up the side holes. Okay, I still gotta do another load there, probably 6 more loads to finish the rest of those, maybe 8, just depending. I've been looking at companion planting, and I'm going to do tomatoes all down this row, heirloom tomatoes. Down this row, I'm going to put peppers, probably 7 hot and 3 bell, mostly Anaheims and jalapenos, right? And then in the bricks, in the holes, I'm going to put basil, and I'm probably going to alternate out marigold. I've got to check that, but I do believe marigold is a companion to tomatoes and keeps bugs away. It may be, don't plant marigold near tomatoes, one or the other, but there's a plant that you plant with tomatoes, and I'm going to alternate that in with the basil. The basil makes the tomatoes taste better. I'm going to do 3 sisters down this row, corn, all the way down, so 20 corn. Then I'm going to put pole beans to fix the nitrogen to feed the corn. Won't really fix it for this year, I don't think, but for next year. This is mixed in good with rabbit manure. They're all pretty much mixed in good with rabbit manure. And then I'm going to plant cucumbers. I know with 3 sisters they generally do squash, but I don't like squash, and I want some pickling cucumbers to make some more tomatoes. I'm not really sure what I'm going to put in the holes yet. Hopefully strawberries will be a good companion plant, but I don't think so. I've got to, like I said, do some research. But I'll put some sort of flower herb in the centers. I'm not 100% sure, but I think I'm going to do tobacco in this one. I've got a peck of seeds from Sustainable Seed Company back in the old one. They don't do it anymore, but they used to give you packages based upon your use and your region. And when I put for poultry, I got a whole lot of grains, sorghum, and those sorts of things, but it gave me tobacco, and I think that's you make a you know, tobacco juice, whatever, you make a tea out of it and pour it on your chickens for mites. I'm not 100% sure, I can't verify that, but I think I'm going to try and experiment with some tobacco. And the last one, I've already planted a little bit, these first two rows of bricks, and in between spaces I put some California poppy and some milk thistle, because you're supposed to sow that in cold soil. But this is going to be all flowers and medicinal herbs for the bees over there, even though I know there's not enough flowers in here to keep one of those bees happy. But you know, the wife wants some flowers, and this is a good way to oblige her. Okay, down there where we had some succulents last year, I put a couple of grapes, but we'll see how that works out. All right, so there you go, and I'll do some updates along to see how everything's going. If I decide to do the tobacco, I'll show you how to cure tobacco after I figure out how to cure tobacco. So anyway, till next time, you can always catch us online, www.tngun.com.